Hello, Blair.
Hi, Loren. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. I'm really happy today. I got good news for you.
I'm ready.
The eagle at Darling Run laid her egg and is
Really?
sitting on the nest as we speak.
Oh, that's great.
February 22nd.
All
So
right.
35 days from today, they'll have a little baby in the nest.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yep.
March 28th, I think.
Probably be all wrapped in swaddling clothes.
In swaddling clothes. Yes.
That's nice.
Around John Virgin will be there.
Yeah. So you're gonna be going out to the Darling Run quite often to
Oh,
check the eagles.
Yeah, I'll keep you all informed.
Yeah, because I think the folks want to know.
But what I wanted you to do today, I wanted to ask you to do, if you would, I'd like you to tell the story of your hitchhiking experience with Roger. That's a good
Oh.
story.
All right. Yeah, I could tell that story. After all, you just told your story about the Cadillac.
Yeah,
and
Cadillac stories. Yeah, so
That
it's
was-
your turn.
Okay, well, it was about the same period, about 50 years ago, and believe it or not. Yeah, when I was in college, first year of college, I wanted to come home and surprise my parents on one of those vacations that I wasn't expected to come home. And I didn't have any money, so we decided to hitchhike. My friend Roger and I set out on an early Saturday morning and headed east from Chicago to Rochester.
Oh,
600 miles about. And
that's a long trip.
yeah, and it was really long because it was pouring cold rain all the way.
It always does.
Yeah. So this story is a little bit about hindsight and foresight too,
Mhm.
which I'll get to that. But, so we set out, and the first ride that we got was a guy, an old guy, probably our age now, but I mean he's not our age now. We are.
Yeah, we got him up there.
So he picked us up, and we're traveling down the road, and I look behind me, and his whole station wagon is full of junk. What do you call it?
Shiza.
Yeah. And I asked him what he was up to, and he says he goes to a flea market and sells things every Saturday morning. I said, okay. Well, I look again, and I see the neck of a guitar sticking out amidst all the junk. And I noticed that it says on it C.F. Martin. And I thought, oh, C.F. Martin, as everyone knows, is a well-known guitar company
Yeah.
right here in Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
All right.
So I couldn't believe he was taking it to a flea market. So he dropped us off in this little town, and I asked him, I said, hey, would you be interested in selling that guitar? And I said, all I've got is $15. And he says, okay. I didn't even know if the guitar had a body. Could have
A
been just,
Martin guitar for $15.
yeah,
That's pretty
$15.
amazing.
So I get out, give him the $15. I get out, I'm trying to keep it dry, still pouring rain, waiting for the next ride. No rides come at all. No rides come. Dusk, dark, pitch blackness. The only thing open in that little town where we could get warm and dry was a laundromat. So we spent the night in the laundromat and figured we'd try again the next morning. Well, Roger didn't see it that way when I talked to him about this story. He said, now I don't know about what Roger was token or whatever, but he said we spent the night in a firehouse because
boy,
he
that's
remembers, yes, quite a bit of difference. He remembers sleeping on top of a coiled up fire hose on top of a fire truck. Now, I don't know what he was dreaming, but I don't think that was it. But it doesn't matter. Finally got home after about 30 hours. And I just put the guitar someplace because I wanted to look at it a little later. And then when I looked at it, I noticed that, hey, there's something wrong with this guitar. The frets are about a 1/4 inch above the fretboard.
Oh,
And the strings were a 1/4 inch
was the
above.
neck bent or something?
No. Neck was smooth and straight. But
Hmm.
all the frets looked like they had been filed down
Oh,
even.
my, that's odd.
So there was really no way you could fret this. So I said, well, maybe I got taken.
An unplayable guitar is kind of useless.
Yeah, even if it's got a nice name, you know. So I put it away for a couple years, and then I got it out, and I was thinking, I got to find out about this. So I looked at the label on the inside, and there was a serial number on the back of the headstock, and I wrote a letter to the Martin company. And I said, I have an older guitar, but I don't know if there's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is. It says on the inside 0018H. So, and I gave them the serial number. And they wrote back a week or so later and said, well, what you have here is a Martin mahogany bodied guitar with a spruce top, 00 size, 0018 size, but it's made for Hawaiian playing. Get it? The H.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Well, Hawaiian playing, you just put the guitar on your lap and you use a metal bar.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But I didn't know how to do that. So I asked them, well, can you convert it to a Spanish style guitar, something that, a more normal guitar? And they said, excuse me, yes, we can. It'll be about $250. I didn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, that was money back then.
Yeah, I didn't want to put $250 into a $15 guitar. So I put it back in the closet. Well, a couple years after that, I decided, well, I wanted to find another guitar. So I went up to Rochester, and I saw Eldon Stutzman, who was a Martin dealer up there, and a luthier, and a collector of instruments. And I took the 0018H up to him, and I said, would you be interested in taking this in on trade? And he looked at it, like he didn't really want it and everything, but I knew he collected instruments, so he said, yeah, I'll take it in on trade. And in the meantime, I had my eye on this nice Gibson B25. It was $150. And I was hoping that he would take it in on trade a little bit off of that $150. And I said, well, what kind of a deal can we make? He says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll swap you even. So there you go. I got $150, nice guitar, for my $15 investment.
Yeah, that's 10 times. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the best increase on anything I've invested in ever. So I'm happy with my Gibson B25 and playing it for a few years, and got guitar magazines, and acoustic guitar magazine, guitar player magazine, and I noticed an article.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
here comes the punchline.
I noticed an article that the Martin Guitar Company is reissuing the 0018H because Jeff Moldauer of the Jim Kweskin Jug Band, and I used to listen to that music all the time, he loved that guitar. He found one from 1935, had the good sense to get it converted, and played it in the band. In that, he was one of the founding members of the Jim Kweskin Jug Band, along with Maria D'Amato. And Maria D'Amato married him eventually and somehow became Maria Moldauer.
Yeah,
she's
the
had
ways of a man and a maid. I read about that.
Yes. So anyway, I'm thinking, geez, I had this exact model. And Martin has made 2 million guitars since they started in 1833. How many of those 0018Hs do you think they made?
There must be a limited number of people who play Hawaiian guitars.
Yeah, they made only 255.
Oh.
And in the year 1941, the year of my 0018H, they only made 25.
Must be worth a fortune.
Well, I did. I looked it up. I went to the, all the auction sites and everything. An unconverted one sold for over $10,000. And then I'm reading in the articles that if they're converted, like Jeff Moldauer had the good sense to do, they're worth even more. So anyway, I don't know if I got this.
I'm going to show
Yeah, this is a 1935 with a blonde, clear top, and mine had a shaded top, and this is the reproduction that Martin made and now sells for like $10,000 or $7,000.
Let me ask you, do you think the fellow, the luthier up there and was,
I think he saw me coming.
did he know? He probably knew what it was worth.
He probably did, and it probably wasn't worth that much at that point until it became made famous by Jeff Muldaur, because he loved it so much. There was so many people asking about it that he hooked up a deal with Martin. And it's funny because I've heard his guitar playing because I had all the jug band albums back then, and I really liked jug band music. As a matter of fact, I could take off my socks and take off my shoes, and I could dance all night to those jug band blues.
Yeah, you've got the little bug in you, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Well,
Yeah.
it says here that this man, Mr. Muldaur,
Yes.
did the Brazil theme for the movie Brazil. If you've ever seen that, it's wonderful.
No,
I didn't know that until I read this thing, and I'm quite impressed. If that's the kind of music he does, he's quite good.
All right. Well, we're going to have to check that out then. So there's my story.
There's your story.
My money in my $15 investment increased tenfold.
Yes.
And when I look back, I can see, of course, my hindsight was excellent.
Yes, it was wise to make that $15 trade.
But my foresight wasn't quite as good as Jeff Muldaur's.
No.
I think that's
Okay.
enough of the story.
I think it sings a good song and a warning to all.
Yeah,
And
I could take off my socks and take off my shoes
you're going to do that for a closing thing?
and dance all
Dance
night to the
up,
jug band blues.
Yeah. No. Next show, folks.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.